darlings. This is the Seraphim Gem Gypsy, SeraFae Indigo Empress, and Shiloh Horizon. I don't plan to be here for too long. Oops. But I do have a little reading to do and some channels. I just got back from the grocery store. I mentioned earlier, what is going on with this? That I forgot a couple of ingredients while I was out. So I went back to pick them up. Salad bomb. Divine Masculine says, have you eaten today? Not really. That's why I am now. But I wasn't mad about going back in. I've been called to get outside a lot more lately. Please go look at the stars if you haven't also. But be careful. If you're in a cold climate, I almost fell on my ass on some black ice outside. Divine Masculine says, I'm glad to see you eating. What are you eating? I said a salad. It's delicious. I put some extra protein in it though. Chickpeas. Somebody says, why do you eat like that? Because it makes me feel better. I don't like to eat garbage. I mean, once in a while, of course, but I don't feel good when I eat things that aren't good for me. Consistently, pretty consistently. Especially in excess, it's better to have a steadier routine. And the thing about people misjudging that, I fully understand. But a lot of times people don't understand that they could feel so much better until they do, right? They think that how they're feeling or living is normal until they shift a healthier pattern and they start to have more energy and they feel better and they can think more clearly and everything kind of shifts around that. And then you don't really want to go back. And that's where I am. So there's that. It's the same thing with pain. I find that people that have chronic pain or some kind of injury or issue, sometimes if they're born with it or they've dealt with it for a long time, they forget or they don't know what it feels like to feel better. But then when they do, it's like sometimes they cry. It's just such a shock to their system to feel that relief. So I picked up some sunflowers while I was out. Let's light a candle, shall we? That's not what I intended to go out for. And I didn't see them earlier. Yeah. When I went to the grocery store earlier, I don't even know if these were out. but I saw them on the second trip and they were screaming at me. And I've also been talking to God and the Fae realm. Hello, she's a fairy. I kept hearing that today. About what can I do, or what else can I do to help the earth, to help support the nature spirits? Is there anything I can shift around in my own life to from less pollution to helping out the environment, or environmental advocacy on some level, humanitarianism? So I went back out and I remembered that I also forgot lighters, so I grabbed a couple, and the two that I happened to grab, one looked like water and one looked like fire. So there was a reference there. Then, tune them out, please. Thank you. Take another bite of my salad. Why did we do that to her? Karmics, shh, I don't want to hear them. Go away. I wrote these down, actually. There are so many of them. Okay. So the flowers are yellow, obviously. They're sunflowers. Yellow is a Gemini color. It's a very happy, sunshiny color. It's a solar plexus color, so this area of the solar plexus sits just above the belly button. Divine Masculine says, you haven't eaten today. No, I had a cucumber earlier and it was delicious. Just not nutritionally all that I needed for the day. Okay, he says, I love how you take care of yourself. Divine Masculine to a Divine Feminine. Also, because I love it when your hair's still wet and you just took a shower. Sounding so smart, like you graduated college. Like you went to Yale, but you probably went to Harvard, knowing you. It was Howard. Probably went to Howard, knowing you. But I had somebody in the comment section of a video I was sending some support in the other day ask me, in response to a comment that I left, you sound so smart. Did you go to Harvard? No. But thanks. Cheers. Yellow flowers. Yellow is a Gemini color, actually. Did you know that? It's one of the Gemini colors. Predominantly. First and foremost. Secondarily, I noticed that when I went outside, I mean, it was brisk out. It was bitter, cold. These started to instantly almost close up. They started to try to close up on themselves, which sunflowers do when it's darker, when it's cold. And I brought them from inside where it was warm and there was light on them to out in the dark in the frigid cold. And they almost started to get shocked a little bit. They started to close back up. And so that's actually why I put a paper bag over them, just to make sure that they had some protection. And I promised them that I'd get them home safe quickly. I put them in the vase. I did some flower Reiki just to make sure that they were settled a little bit from the shock. That always helps my plants a whole lot. Not that I can't grow it without them. Magical touch. I used to grow lily blossoms, lily flowers, like daylilies, in my bedroom when I was a teenager. I had a bedroom that was right in this really bright sunny window, and the lilies loved it there. It was very warm. It's kind of like a greenhouse in the summer. It got hot, but whew, they liked it, and I liked them. Somebody asks how old. I don't know, maybe like 15 to 17. Teenager, high school. It's definitely in high school. Sorry, babe. I just grew them out of a pot. Yep. I planted bulbs in my bedroom. Aren't those usually outdoor flowers? Usually. Not for me. No, I don't think they'd grow very well or at all in this house. I don't think it has enough sunlight and the environment that it needs, but it did like that other room. So that's that. But I got a channel from that too, because the way that they closed up with the bitter cold and the dark was very much like how light workers close up towards karmics, kind of curl in to themselves in some cases, or definitely put armor on, right? Protection around them. Come here, you little noodle. You little noodle. Right here, turn your face towards the sun and let the shadows fall behind you. Now, I've educated about that quite a lot here, because sunflowers are very cool in the sense that, unlike other flowers, they will rotate their heads. The stalks stay stationary, right? The green part stays stationary, but the flower part, the heads will, let's say the sun rises over here and sets over here. They'll start out over here, and throughout the day, they will rotate as the sun moves over here. They will rotate their faces so that they are facing the sun over here. The stalks don't move, but the heads turn. Okay? Now, the reason for this is because they're trying to get as much sunlight in the spot that absorbs the sunlight, which is the heads, as it possibly can to flourish the whole plant from the roots. Right? The water comes up from the roots, but the sunlight hits the top of the plant. That's what grows it. So they're looking to get as much sunlight as they can, kind of like a light worker seeking to tune into or access as much light within themselves and the divine as they can. And how, again, these karmics that have been very frigid and bitter and dark and cold cause us not only to want to turn away from them and towards the light, but close up, get cold towards them, because they're not safe. They're dangerous for the flower. And when a flower refuses to grow, and I'm not talking about flowers anymore, you do not berate the flower. You seek to see what in that flower's environment is not conducive for its growth, and more specifically seeks to inhibit it. Thank you. Welcome to my TED Talk. 1322. I'd say congratulations for making it almost to the end, but I'm not sure about that. I think we might just be getting started. We'll see. Are you ready? Let's light some more sage while we're here. Okay, so that was one channel. Picked up a few more. On my walk home from picking up those last couple of grocery list items, it was just ingredients to cook with, but I needed them for some dishes. Most recipes, good recipes, start with onion and or garlic. For example, staples. Also, I needed another bit of protein to add to another dish, so I picked up that. These were screaming at me as the fairy energy has been coming out again today a lot. Unsurprising. And I don't always do that, but today I was called to pick some out. It's good for the environment. It's a good mood booster as well. Okay. But I live in Maine, huge snowbanks right now where they just plowed the roads from all that snow that came on Christmas. The sidewalks are plowed too now. But between the sidewalk and the road, there are mountains of snow where they've pushed it off of the sidewalk and then they've pushed it off of the road. So it's like a little mountain of snow between the road and the sidewalk. So if you're looking to cross, if you're looking to cross the sidewalk to go onto the road or to cross the street, you have to go walk through this big snowbank. And nobody had done it. And I walked past one road not realizing everything was blocked off with the snow. I went down a normal route that I go. And I kind of found the best spot to navigate. And I took the grocery bags and I put them in the snow to compress it as much as I could in a few spots so my feet wouldn't sink fully down. And then I stepped in, I did sink a little bit. But I stepped in the bank to get off of the sidewalk and down to the road so that I could cross it. There was a little island in the middle of the road too, so there was another little snowbank to clear before I could get fully onto the other side of the road so that I could walk up the street to go home. However, nobody else had done it. All these people going by and walking by, and they've all been walking on the sidewalk and they've all been walking on this or the street, which is fine and normal. But it means they took the long way around. And I wasn't about to waste time and backtrack and waste energy doing that. So I paved the way. And now there's a path in the snow for everybody else. And you know how I know that? Because I made that path earlier today while it was daylight. Went to the grocery store after the doctor's appointment and the bank. Now, I'm only mentioning, somebody was asking, why are you outlining these? Because there's a pattern here. Grocery store, self-care, taking care of yourself nutritionally, making sure that you are properly supplemented, medical care, taking care of yourself, that's self-care. Also, bank, it's making sure that money matters and finances are balanced and straightened where they need to be. So there's a theme and a pattern here. Everything that I mention is for purpose. It won't apply with everybody or resonate with everybody, but there's a reason I'm mentioning it. It's not just random detail. Seems like it. For some people, it's not. So when I just went back, I accidentally passed the spot that they wanted me to go in based on the spots that were cleared and plowed. But I thought, you know what? I already made a little path up ahead. And I actually had to go a little bit further by the time I realized I would have to backtrack if I didn't want to go through the snow. I'm like, no, I made a path. It's up ahead, but let me walk another 30 seconds and the path that I made earlier for myself, I can go through again. But you know what? Now so can everybody else. You're welcome. Story of my life. So there's that. Legitimate way paver. There was another one. On the walk up the street, when I did finally make it across the mountains of snow in sneakers, there was a basketball that looked like somebody had stabbed a hole in it or it got run over or something. It was popped. Just laying in the road. There were a few things there, just trash. And so I picked them up on my walk home while I carried the groceries back. And what was the first thing I said when I came here? Pretty much. That I've been talking to God about how can I, also the elemental realm, in support of the Fae, how can I be of more support to the earth? How can I help? How can I ask and you shall receive? And if I hadn't forgotten those ingredients, it wouldn't have happened. Here's one thing I didn't tell you from earlier. The grocery store bit earlier that I mentioned, I'm going to crack some cards in a minute. And definitely we'll do some Reiki. So good. This karmic is like, it's just a salad. It's not just a salad. It's so good. The greens are so crisp and fresh. And the protein is a little bit salty, not too much. But then I put these like honey roasted chickpeas. In them. Oh, it's so good. Those are the barbecue ones, but the dried roasted chickpeas are crunchy. Yum, good salad toppers. Adds extra protein. You can use them instead of croutons if you don't want either the carbs or you're gluten sensitive. Food for thought. And they have all kinds of different flavors. I have a few other brands up here too. Those are the honey roasted ones. Somebody asks why. Well, because chickpeas are a really good source of healthy protein. These are buffalo. I have a falafel version in there, and then there's like a Bombay seasoning one too. Super good. I think my favorites of that brand, the second brand I showed you, is the between the Bombay and the falafel one. I go back and forth between them. But I found that other brand recently, and I do like both of those. They've got a barbecue and a honey roasted flavor, and I like them. Food for thought. Yeah, you're welcome. I see somebody taking notes, adding things to their grocery list. This is why I share. This is why I share. I hope it helps. Good idea. Thanks. You're welcome. So, please feel free to get some water, get a snack, do whatever you need to take care of yourself. Get comfortable. Stretch out and do some yoga if you need to. I'm going to do that in a minute. I need it. But back to the main message. When I went to the store earlier, the one piece I didn't mention was that when I was I was picking up more eggs to make avocado toast with. Bet I also got some more avocados. I bumped into a lawyer. And this is not just any lawyer. This is a lawyer that I knew when I was a child. And so when I mention the wicked stepmother figure in my childhood who had like 5 kids, and 2 of them were twins, twin boys who were a year younger than me, but they used to gang up on me together and bully me. So I had 2 of them. Bad enough when you've got one karmic little brat, let alone 2 of them that look almost alike. They were not identical, but nonetheless. Somebody's asking, well, how are they bratty? Well, I had a half brother. We share a half brother. And they used to, I remember one day I was playing on the living room floor with him. His name is Chris. And he was 4 or 5 years old, maybe 3 or 4 or 5. I think he was younger than 5. I think he was maybe 3. And he wanted to play Matchbox cars. So he had one of those Matchbox cars, and then the thing with the loop-de-loop ramp that you put them on, if you know, you know. Also the monster truck jaw one, he had a couple of those. So I was playing on the floor with him, and they came in from, I don't know, the twins outside or wherever they were, and came up behind us and got in the middle of us, in between my little half brother and I, and said, "Come outside and play with us. We don't like her, do we?" And tried to get my little 3-year-old brother to gang up on me with them when I was playing Matchbox with him peacefully. The story of my life. Oh, you know what? Also, when it was deemed that it was not a safe environment for me to be there anymore and I was not allowed to go back, all my stuff was either kept or kidnapped, including money that I had gotten for birthdays and stuff like that. I'd been stashing it, and they never sent that back. So they stole including the stepmother figure, stole my money. What little few things did come back, came back thrown in a box, broken. Like the one thing that I really wanted out of it was broken, and then the other thing that I wanted out of it just wasn't there. The other one or two things. And the biggest thing was they didn't send home my freaking four-wheeler that my mom had sent there so I could use it while I was there. They stole my four-wheeler. On Frenchman's Hill. Yes, it was called Frenchman's Hill. Frenchman's Hill. All right. And the irony is she runs a daycare called Noah's Ark. Done. The blasphemy of it all. This is the one who could burn boiling water. Somehow. Made meatloaf like trash. I still won't eat meatloaf. And made spaghetti like 6 times a week. Ugh. Still won't eat that either. This is the one that used to lock me in the downstairs bedroom from the outside. And then when they put me in the upstairs bedroom, it wasn't a bedroom. They emptied out the closet and stuck a bed in there, and that it was like Cinderella in the attic, or Harry Potter, but instead of underneath the staircase, at the top of the staircase in the closet. Instead of in the closet under the stairs, it was at the top. Okay, but back to this main point. It was a nightmare being there. It was horrible, and it was like the first 10 years of my life. I started dealing with them when I was 2. And the court didn't get involved to say, maybe she shouldn't be there. No, the police got involved because it was such a volatile environment that they realized probably they should have listened to my mom, and at least on that note, and that it was not safe for me to go back. Okay. But there was a neighbor on that road, down the road. His name was Roger Innes. He had a wife named Debbie Innes. And they were very wealthy. He was a lawyer. They had a beautiful, gorgeous, big saltwater aquarium and a big pool, in-ground pool. It was like mansion house. Night and day from Rhonda's environment. I'm not shaming her for that. I'm shaming her for the way she chose to treat me. I think also out of jealousy towards my mom, very nasty. But it's the same thing that people have done to my daughter because of their jealousy over me. They just used her as a weapon, a pawn, a weapon, and then a shield to protect themselves from the damage they did to both of us. Pretty gross. And it mirrored what happened to me in my childhood, because Rhonda Farnsworth, her name is, on Frenchman's Hill, Noah's Ark daycare, used to get all of the kids together, and they would go up to this neighbor's house to swim in the pool, the birthday parties and stuff, because they had a son. I'm not going to mention the son's name, but I always liked him. He was different and very smart, their only child. Different in ways, not like me in some ways. I'm not saying like the spiritual aspects, but there were certain things just different. He was just different. And his mom recognized that in me too, I think. She was always really good to me. They both were. So this lawyer, when we would go to this lawyer's house and his wife's house to hang out with their son, it was like a break from the nightmare on the other side of Frenchman's Hill that I was forced to live in. I bumped into Roger at the grocery store today. I haven't seen him in years. I've thought about him many times. I've even looked him up a couple of times. Almost reached out a few times. His wife died a few years ago. I really liked her. Before she died, though, she came to my mom while she was working and she apologized. She came to her crying, actually, when she found out that Rhonda and these people had been lying to judges about me in order to get away with what they were doing, including their abuse of me. Roger could not speak up because he was a lawyer. And they hired him to bully my mom through court. He didn't know that they were lying. I know he didn't. Because when he found out, he wouldn't be their lawyer anymore. And when his wife found out, she cried and she came to my mom in tears apologizing. Because of lawyer-client confidentiality, Roger couldn't, but his wife didn't have that problem. Nor did she give a fuck. She was an artist also. A really good artist. I miss her, actually. I saw her a few years ago. It was good chats. And she was always very kind. It was a space, a safe haven, a place of reprieve from the nightmare that was on the other side of the same road. And so when I saw him today, it was just quickly in passing, oh, how are you? It's nice to see you. How's the sun? And, he asked a couple of questions and I was honest and expressed what's been going on with my daughter, and he was really sad to hear that. And I thanked him for being a safe place. I don't blame him for being hired by people who lied to him. I understand. There's a difference between somebody being malicious and not. And so I said, thank you for coming to your house. Was always a break from the nightmare that I'd been living, is what I said. And I didn't mean to, but my voice cracked and I started to choke back a cry. And the second he saw that, he opened his arms up for a hug. Gonna get me again with those tears. But had I not made that emergency appointment to get some extra help for the damage that these criminals have been doing, had I not made an extra EMDR appointment for the TBI injuries that they've been causing this week from the extra abuse, I would not have gone to the grocery store on the way home. I would not have bumped into that other man who's got a medical problem that I have science information that can help him with. And I would not have bumped into Roger. Trust your intuition. Tears in my eyeballs now. Cheers! Goodness. What a day. What a day. It was. Somebody says that was a lot. It was a lot. But I'm grateful to be alive, dude. These people tried to kill me repeatedly. So, where are we going from here? Let's do some Reiki first. I was going to crack a deck, but do some energy therapy. Take another bite of this, though. This is so good. I'd almost cry. It's so good. Flavor balancing is an art, my friends. Cheers. There's abundance Reiki coming through. Ah, hi. Ganesha just popped through. I love you. Callie also on my walk home. Mama. The sisterhood. Fierce protector. She's part of the Trinity. You know that, right? She's a counterpart to one of the Trinity gods. And they're not separate, right? There are like three main gods and three main goddesses. But they're not separate. They represent the three parts of the whole, the three different aspects of the whole: creator, destroyer, etc. But it's one person. It's like having different facets and dynamics of a personality, right? Like someone can be a fierce nurturer, but also a fierce protector. Don't try it. You know, balance. It's duality, love. Black moonstone. Oh, that was calling to me. There's a new moon coming on the 30th. There it is. That's why. I'll do a reading for that. Also, when I started doing that Reiki coins, like gold coins, I saw start to sprinkle down, and then Ganesha popped through on the side. I love you. So on the left too, that's the inflow of spirit from spirit. The right is the outflow of energy. There's a reason that your heart and your ring finger, symbolizing marriage, love, the heart, are on the left hand. It's your connection to source that way, this way, on the inflow. On the out, it's a release of energy. So when I pick up energies, especially karmics on this side coming through hard, usually they're trying to get back into the energy field of the light worker, like they've been blocked out, there's a shield up. And if they're trying to mess with this side, I find that it's usually that they're trying to block people from moving forward or being able to release energy, process trauma, etc. They want people to be bogged down and stuck. That's a no for me. So there's that. Karmic says, I wish I hadn't done that. Yeah, I bet you do. I know I need more than that, but I'm already getting pretty full. It might be it for me tonight. Somebody says, well, why not more? Because if I push it, I'll puke, and that's counterproductive, isn't it? So there's that. Well, we'd rather not. Let's keep that down, shall we? Good point. Duh. Anything else? No. Thank you. No. But you said you were done, Mom. That does not mean you get to eat it. Also, I don't think you want it. It's salad. Choice. We'll leave that here for now. Tell me about, actually, let's just do a general. There it is. Duality. Yin and yang, the balance. Careful, babe. Devotion. So if you were concerned about disloyalty or lack of commitment, relationship fizzling out, lack of fidelity, don't. Especially if it comes from somebody being nasty in the past. Being afraid that someone might cheat on you because somebody else did. That's an old connection. You don't have to worry about that with a healthy one. Understandable. It's a pattern in the brain. If your brain recognized it, it's trying to keep you safe by warning you. I hear, don't let these karmics taint relationships for you. Don't let them make you think that every relationship is bad or will be bad just because they couldn't function in a healthy way in one. Okay? Close that cycle. I'm not saying that those of us here who've been through it, no. You can end up with one toxic person and then try to either be on your own or be with another person and then stumble into another toxic connection. But just because that has happened in some cases, to myself included, okay? You're not alone. Does not mean that's how it always is. And I know that because the worst connections of my life came before the best one. Now, he was bullied to death by the people who were mad that I left because they were the worst and wouldn't come back. But that doesn't take away what was or who he was or what we shared, you know. Their assholery does not negate that true level of depth and connection ever. No matter what they try to do. And you know why they think harassing and antagonizing people that way will work? Because they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. They don't know love. Certainly not like this. If they did, they wouldn't target people the way they do. That's why they think that trying to... I heard it the other day. A karmic male said to one of his family members, we got what we wanted. We isolated Divine Feminine on Christmas. She's all alone on Christmas. And the family member said, can you imagine? They were sad for Divine Feminine and they thought it was gross that he was gloating, but he was too busy gloating to care or hear it or see or recognize that his own family was looking at him sideways for talking shit about Divine Feminine and laughing about the damage he intentionally caused her and then bragged about it. That's why they got coal in their stocking. Again? Anyway. So the family member said, can you imagine being alone on Christmas? And the karmic male said, no, I couldn't. It's why I did it to her. Now, hopefully she'll kill herself. If we're lucky, she'll kill herself. The fuck? But that's what he said. Yeah, it's hard. Now I see why his family looked at him sideways. Yeah, me too. Indubitably. Yeah, you know why? Because they're toxic. But this new connection isn't. It did come out in reverse. I'm not reading reversals right now. But I was called to on that one. Read it both ways. A card just hit the deck. Guess which one? To confirm everything I just said. Yes. I think I'm done with this. I think we're done with the cards, at least for now. I haven't used this in a while. This one is calling to me. I guess that's not true. I used it, I think, a few weeks ago, maybe. But I haven't used it in like a year or two before that. It's coming out again. You know why? It's because it's a love deck. And we've been clearing these karmic cycles to the point where I can start doing love readings more consistently again. Also, that's what they were trying to do with a spell work on Christmas. In case you didn't know. They were sending attacks again to try to separate the twins, make them not want each other, like each other, not be able to recognize each other as each other's partners, or go off, and that fidelity card came out, right? The devotion, go off and be lusty or fall for other people. I'm hearing this divine masculine says, yeah, I'm not interested in that though. Been there, done that. This seems like somebody he may have traveled, he may have met many, many people, he may have had some hookups, but he knows that they're shallow and that he always feels depleted at the end of it. And so he's not interested here in the whole life. But that's the thing. He says, yeah, these karmics don't understand that. They don't know love. Exactly. So that's why they do things like this. And that's why they think those tactics will work on us. Because since they don't come from where we come from, energetically speaking, or otherwise, they don't know love like we do. They think those tactics would work on us because it works on them. It would work on them because that's who they are. They're projecting. Guess what, Karmies? You're gross. Next. Oh, goodness. I can show you the world, heard, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? Seashell. Getting pretty full. I don't even dare. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes because I think I might make myself sick. Drink some more water though. All right, let's do some clearance Reiki. I feel that. Carmen says, our spell work is working. No, bitch, that's not spell work. That's complex PTSD, in fact. Stupid. You don't even know science. But since you want to bet on it, I wouldn't gamble if I were you. You're not very good at it. Bet all you had and lost. That and then some. Next, checkmate. What did I tell you? Doing magic or juju work. No, bitch. Your spell work isn't working. They're envious of your relationship status. Told you they wanted to break up the twins. Yes, it was, because if it was working, or rather, if it wasn't working, you'd be able to eat. No, bitch. I haven't had weed in like 5 days. I have a medical prescription for that. It helps me eat. So I'm out of my eating medication, which also helps me sleep and also regulate everything else, including pain and anxiety. So I'm doing pretty good without medicine, and you're still a fuckwad. You just saw me eat a whole bowl of salad, other than like a bite or two, right? Yeah? Most of it's gone. Hello. Our spell work's working! Bitch, it's not! Oh yeah. Oh, I guess it's not working. You're dumb. Didn't take you that long, did it, to figure that out? All of what? 30, 45, a minute and 30 seconds it took me to show you that you were stupid? Just stop. Because it's not going to change tomorrow. And it wasn't any different yesterday. Yeah, I see them clicking off my live feed now. Oh, you're spooked because I see you, right? Stay out of my energy field and off my socials. Bad bitch on my team, like Captain Severdeen. Delver used to sing that to me. He says, I'm still singing that to you. I hear you. Right in my ear. And the left side. That tickles. Get out of there. Don't leave. I'm not complaining. I felt like you stuck your tongue in my ear. Goofball. This is because I did. You're so weird. Yeah, but you love it. I do. Is somebody gonna match my freak? Career challenges and delays. What did I say? Trying to fuck with people's money. There's that button. No, that's a candle. Come on, baby. Those are flowers. You're so goofy. Hey, what do you need, my love? You want some love? Come here. You need a hug. Is that what you're looking for? Is that what you're looking for? Do some loving. You won't want to stay up here for long. Not more than 60 seconds usually. Just enough to get some love. So I let him. Oh, you got stuck in there, huh? You stuck in my shirt? Put those claws away, goof. You ready to get down now? Yep. Told you, I know my boys. The other one would sit in a baby carrier on my chest, strapped to my chest all day if I'd let him. But they're both mama's boys. And I'm not mad about it. They're self-conscious about their body and wish they looked more like you. Well, that's not new. We knew that. Butler and Co. Crazy pants. Crazy. Yeah, see, look, they've been targeting my child and I, affecting children or babies. Secretly in competition with you. There's no competition. You can't compete where you never compared in the first place, darlings. 5322. That wasn't very smart of you, was it? Checkmate. They hate to see you winning. What? When they feel like they're struggling? Well, guess what? Causing other people's struggles is not the way to make yourself feel better or get good karma or get yourself out of struggle. I'm just saying. Is that why you let the universe handle it? Oh yeah, because I know God's going to whoop your ass, so I don't have to. But sometimes God calls me to step in and stand up for myself with divine support. But you best be careful and tread lightly. What else? They're trying to cause blockages or disturbances between light workers and their loved ones or family. This could be just the twins at this point. Unexplained emotional outbursts, crying without a reason. So they want you just to be upset for no reason, just sad. Acquaintances or someone connected to a person in your close circle. Now, as far as the small tears go earlier, that's not for no reason. That's trauma processing. That's for good cause. And I know exactly what it is and where it comes from. I'm not confused. Interesting. Anything else? She's white, right. We were wrong. We really did her dirty. Yeah, the dirtiest. And you got mad when I grew flowers out of the mud you threw at me. Come on now. Like I said, I've been growing lilies in my bedroom since I was 15. Stupid. Feeling lightheaded or dizzy suddenly with no underlying condition, so they're trying to throw crown chakra attacks. Miss Ma'am. I'm picking up a couple things. Jail, divorce for you, little witchcraft practitioner who stalks my page and then tries to plagiarize my artwork too. Also, what was the other thing? There was something else too. I don't even care. You're getting karma. I just picked up a trinity of karma for you, bitch. It's working. No, it's not. I'm ready for another bite now. The chef's kiss and you're not it. What did I just say? Unexplained lack of appetite. I didn't even know what I was holding while I took that bite too. That's hilarious. You saw me pull it. Watching your success and achievements has made them bitter. Well, stop stalking my social medias then, crazy pants. They're asking around about you. Yeah, stop doing that. I have none of your business. Mind your own. That's why you have none of your own. That's why you tried to copy me. Crazy. Someone connected to a family member. Yeah, well, I guess what? That's why they all got disowned. I know who you are and who you tried to ally with. Not my people. You can have them. Like, sure, go ahead. Take out the weak links in the trash with you. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out when it swings closed. Bye. Don't expect to come back either. Oh, baby. They wish they got the attention from others that you get. Well, here's the thing. Copying me isn't going to get you what it gets me, because I'm being authentic when I'm being me, and you're not being authentic when you're copying me. God called me to be who I am and speak the truth. God is not calling you to copy me, you fraudulent hoe. Return to sender. Boop. Right in your face. Sassy, I just heard. Oh yeah, absolutely. But also classy and a whole lot smart-assy. Next. This is funny. What's up? Anything else? Whoa. Okay. Female. Yeah, I told you it's a karmic female. Oh, told you. Abundance Reiki. Delays in money flow. That's what they wanted. You remind them of their shortcomings. So our success makes them feel unsuccessful, and that's why they want to sabotage our success, because they feel like it'll make them look more successful. But bitch, that's why you have no success, because you spent all your time trying to destroy other people's success instead of trying to build your own, fool. Or stealing and copying and plagiarizing what you perceive as other people's success instead of actually living any kind of life purpose or building your own. Stupid. 5922. You're not a high priestess. You're not a healer. And frankly, you're not an artist. But you copy one. Ew. Checkmate. Old issues from the past returning to you randomly. Yeah. Like these karmic people. Also, Roger Innes at the grocery store. You trigger their deep-rooted insecurities. Hating on your vibe. Yeah, well, that's why theirs sucks. Can't relate. Cannot at all relate. Unexplained body aches, tension, or pain. Yeah, return to sender on that. Let me just pause for a second, okay? I know I'm not the only one who's been through this, but these people tried to kill me. Now imagine what their karma is going to be. These people all grouped up on me and abused me to the point, broke laws and abused me to the point where I qualify for federal disability. These people abused me to the point where I was disabled. What do you think their karma is going to be? Ass planted. Coming from compliments. Sometimes people will send the evil eye even without realizing it. Sometimes their compliments are not... Sometimes it can stir up jealousies in them, and so they're not compliments, they're evil eyes. Yeah, because you've wounded their ego. Unexplained mental distress. So they're trying to cause anxiety, crown chakra attacks, or some kind of upset. No, it's a no. What's their karma going to be? I hear death. Death. You should know by now I'm a death prophetess. I predicted my husband's death 9 months before he died, and also how he was going to die. That was horrible, by the way. And then there were 2 this week. I picked up some cruise ship death prophecy, and oh yeah, I forgot about that. I didn't mention that yet. I did in the community board. But on the 21st, I was in the bathtub, and I got this. I talked to my doctors about this today too. I have nothing to hide. They know who I am. I am a high priestess. I got this horrible anxiety about like not wanting to be on a cruise ship, and I thought it was weird because I had no intention or desire of being on one, certainly not at that point. But I knew what it was and where it was coming from on a level because I picked this up years ago about a plane crash. And I remember thinking the same thing, like, what? Why am I suddenly anxious about going on a plane? I don't want to go on a plane. I've got no travel plans right now, certainly not active. What? But then the next day the plane crashed. There was a big plane crash. And then on the 21st is when I picked up this cruise ship death prophecy. And I specifically mentioned like people of either older or younger generations being the ones specifically targeted for some reason, whether it be like the cruise ship sunk and they either can't swim because they're too young or they're weak because they're old, whatever it is, you know. Typically speaking, it's the middle or the mid-ranged age, like young adult to adult, not so much the older generations that are stronger and more capable of surviving in situations like that, as long as they're able-bodied, because they're stronger, they're more fit, they've got often more stamina, etc., and wits about themselves, that in that sense, capability to physically survive through that. Okay, so on the 21st I picked it up, and it took me 30 seconds to figure out that it wasn't mine and clear it out. But then I got the download of the fact that it's a cruise ship situation. On the 21st, a woman jumped overboard, and she did not hit the ocean like she intended. She missed and she hit the deck, and she died on impact, as far as I know, or she died after impacting. Hopefully it was on impact. And I only say that because if she was going to die either way, it's better that she die upon impact than suffer after hitting the deck and then still being alive for some time before her lights finally went out. But I picked this up. They didn't report it until the next day or a few days later, but the day I publicized it and told you it was coming because I picked it up was the same day that it happened. And it wouldn't surprise me if I picked up her freak. I don't know what time she jumped, but it would not surprise me if it was the same time I got an anxiety about all of that. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. And I felt that. I felt like not wanting to be on a cruise ship, specifically being trapped in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, like wanting to get off and not being able to. what would make somebody jump off of a boat other than that? Or like suicidal, you know what I mean? But both. Obviously she wanted off the ship. That's what I was feeling. That's why I didn't want to go on, because I knew that feeling stuck in a situation like that was not it for me. I don't need to be on the ship to know that that's not what I want. Okay? And I that wasn't the only one. I said, yeah, I did pick up some cruise ship stuff, but it wasn't just that. There's more. There's something else. There's more coming. There's another incident, or like even a sinking or something. I hate this. I don't like being right about these things. I don't enjoy this. This is yucky and kind of stressful, actually. But I do appreciate and understand and honor the gift, because it is a gift. Heavy sometimes, but it's a gift. So when I got home from the grocery store the first time today, I got a download, and they said you need to go check Google cruise ships. Like, are you saying there's another incident already? And sure enough, 4 hours before I Googled this today, they put out a report about a man who he seemed to have fallen off the ship. And I'm a bit alarmed about this, because there was a search and rescue team that was sent out, and then another ship was coming to join the rescue team, but I think before they could even join in, it was called off so that the cruise ship could continue on its way. I'm like, why? I don't understand. Why, after such a short time of trying to search, would you give up just so the cruise ship can keep cruise ship? Like, what about that person's life? You didn't even want to try? I'm very alarmed at how quickly they called off the search, just so that the cruise ship could seemingly continue to go on its voyage. The fuck? I can't even believe it. But anyway, it said he was with a big party of people too, a big family, and they're all like grieving and condolences. And I thought it pissed me off to see this in this article. Like, they called off the search and then said, our thoughts and prayers are with the family. Do more. Sorry, baby. You didn't mean to get your little noggin. Anyway. Heard that. I'd want her to fight for me. I bet. Put your dukes up, bitch. I wouldn't want to fight her. I don't think I would either. Actually, I'm quite a formidable opponent despite my size and stature. Unexplained nausea, upset stomach, vomiting. See, that's not evil eye, though, for me. That's a trauma response. I didn't puke for no reason the other day. It wasn't spell work. I puked in response to some asshole stalking me again, who's been stalking me for a rapist, who's been helping hold my child hostage, okay? That's stressful. That's not fucking spell work. That's abuse. Random head tension, random headache. Yeah, see? Headache. But that's not the evil eye. That's what they're going to be getting back. If these karmics are feeling nauseous and headachy, bitch, that's why you tried to send that to me. Okay? But the migraines, the TBI migraines, that comes from the stress. When you overload and you overstress somebody's brain like that, it does damage. It shows up on an MRI scan, and yeah, it does cause concussion symptoms because you're killing neurons, just like a concussion in a car crash would. That's why it shows up on an MRI scan. That's why it's a personal injury lawsuit. So open your fucking wallet and pay up. Attitude like, fuck you, pay me. Bitch. You all wanted to copy me, but you did shit that I would never do. Also, you're just bad knockoffs, and it was embarrassing for you and pathetic. Shoo shoo. Toodaloo. Salty little brats. Yeah. Because I'm picking up their energy. Random rage and outbursts, negative energy. Yeah, see? But I'm picking up their energy. So that's the response you get. You're not likable. You like me, you keep trying to plagiarize my existence, but you're not likable. You don't even like yourself. That's why you're trying to copy me. Thanks. Yep, protect your energy. Tell me about their karma. I hear die. They're going to die. Some of these people will die. God says the earth is too good for them. They don't need to sit in jail to think about what they've done. They already know what they've done is wrong. They just don't care. And they're still continuing to do it. So they're going to die jealous and die in lack. That's what they wanted for others. These are people who try to snatch blessings, resources, money, or kidnap people. Okay? These are people who try to take things from other people that do not belong to them. And then they wanted to taunt and leverage those things that they stole from other people back over those victims' heads as if they had any kind of authority. No. What you have is a delusion and a prison sentence hanging over your head. But good try, I'd say. If I was a liar like you, but I'm not. So I'm going to tell you that was stupid. They hope for your downfall. Well, guess what, bitch? You just sealed your own fate. Family members. Oh, I guess you created generational curses too. Here's the thing. I noticed a number of years ago when these people started attacking me, their families started dropping dead. Now, they started trying to attack my family too. But as a result of the backfire of them attacking me and my family, theirs started dying too. They're taking the information you share and sending it back to others because you don't have a life. You're just gossipers. You're small town scummy bummy bottom feeders, and that's why I don't belong here and you're stuck. See ya. 72:22. My life is about to change forever, and you will still be the same nasty bitch you were yesterday. Toodles. The envy. Yeah. My life is about to change. They envy your connection with the person of interest or significant other. DM knows what you're doing. What you've been doing. I don't care about him. Oh, but you should. Because he's just as strong as I am, if not stronger. Run. Unexplainable constant rejection of pursuits. So this is the type of stuff that they do when they try to block opportunities from people. Or for me, they tried to blacklist me out of being able to get a local lawyer, actually, because they thought it would be easy to bully me. My OGs here know that one of the people who's been involved with all of this used to work at the domestic violence center that I was only sent to for help because I was being bullied by the people that they chose to violate the law and code of ethics at their job to gang up on me with. I called in for help on a 24-hour domestic violence hotline, and was told to kill myself because a couple of the advocates were friends with these domestic abusers. You're going to prison. And then a gravestone. 74:22. And you won't be laughing in a minute, karmic male, because I heard that too, you little shit. 73:33. You're just mad. You're just mad because Divine Feminine won't suck your dick. You're mad that she won't let you come anywhere near her. You're mad that she doesn't want to talk to you. You're mad that you have to stalk me to get any kind of attention. And you're fucking pathetic. Okay, Sam. No. I'm gonna get her for that. You're gonna shut the fuck up. No, I'm not. We'll see about that. No, we won't. You petulant, obnoxious child. Let me tell you what. I've seen and raised better kids than you. And you're not a child, so you have no excuse. Delinquent. Oh, heard. Perverted pedophile is what Archangel Michael just called you. Stay the fuck off my feed, Porgy. This is why your parents like your older brother better. Did you know that? Did you know that they like him better? Because I noticed. Fucking asshole. Oh, also, this is why you were rejected from the military and your older brother wasn't. Waging war on my life because the military didn't want you was not the answer, boy. Oh, and he thinks this is a riot. You know why? Because he's an energy vampire. So he wants my attention. You will never be Del Rey. And that just hurt his feelings. Good. You could never compete in the first place. It's why you tried to copy him and pretend to be him and steal his fucking clothing. Psycho. He's not laughing anymore. I'm scared of her. You fucking should be. I would be too if I were you, if I were smart, but you're not. How's that reality check taste? Bitter, I bet. You salty bitch. You're gross. 77, 37. All right, I'd tell you to kiss my ass, but... Oh, that's a privilege. A royal one at that, and you'll never have it. Toodles. You greasy little fuck. How are those hemorrhoids treating you? I know you can't even get a prescription from a dentist because you've had so many overdoses. Oh yeah? You want to talk about the vibrator I found stashed under your bed? It's okay to come out of the closet now. You can stop bullying women because you're homo or half homo. If you weren't such an abusive asshole, I'd be an ally to you. But I don't like narcissists. And I definitely don't like sociopaths, so you screwed the pooch for that one for yourself. You little shit. Also, this is why your parents put coal in your stocking a couple of years ago, and probably again this one. What did I say? What's their karma? I'm turning the light on. Watch your eyes. Dead man's fingers. 'Cause you're done. Woo! Get out from under my feet. I'm sorry, but you need to stop. Now. Go lay down and stop. Go lay down and stop. I've asked you to stay out from under my feet 15 times today. I've asked you to stop licking my food 16 times today. Get the fuck out. Listen to my boundary or eat shit. I will step on your fucking toes. Because you tried to smash mine. I bet you hear me now. When I was walking to town earlier also, the cops were coming up this way. And when I was walking back home, were coming down the same way. I know they're making their rounds. Well, shouldn't you be scared? Why should I be scared? some of them make rounds to make sure that you're not bothering me because they know you've been stalking me. And if there are any that are crooked cops and they're stalking me, guess what? They're going to prison with you. Who the fuck cares? Not me. Defense, yeah. So the tone of my voice, yeah, Divine Masculine says, I understand. He says, is this the rapist? Yeah, I'm calling out a rapist right now. A pedophile, kidnapping rapist. So I'm a bit testy, but for valid reason. Okay? Okay. You're gonna get it for that. You're gonna end up in the fucking ground, kid. Punk. No, I'm not. You're gonna shut the fuck up. Oh, he thinks it's hilarious. He just can't help himself. Are you on crack again? Is it heroin or crack tonight? Or are you just drinking again? Which one is it? Pick your poison. Which one is it tonight, bitch? That's how he rotted all his teeth out of his head. He's smoking crack. And he rotted his teeth out of his mouth. And he's had so many overdoses, he can't even get a prescription from a dentist now because he's flagged as a junkie by the hospital. Now, I have empathy for addiction. I do not have empathies for abusers who try to blame their abuse on addiction, because I've met abusers who are too busy hurting themselves to want to abuse others. I've met people with addictions, rather, who, even at their lowest of lows, have empathy to the point where they would not hurt people the way that these abusers are. That addiction is not an excuse. Their sociopathy is the cause. They might also be addicts, but they're fucking abusive, and not every addict is. Don't get it twisted. And stop berating and misjudging people who are struggling with addiction just because some people who have addictions are also abusive. Not all of them are. Don't get it twisted. Since you did, let me help you unbunch that spiritual wedgie real fast. Oh, he thinks this is hilarious. Delray said he's gonna die. Well, I know. Fucking bitch! Told you. He's going to die. Yeah, I know. So why are you laughing? What did I say? These people tried to kill me and also disabled me. So what do you think their karma is going to be? They won't be able to work because they'll be dying. Karma. Now that that's been appropriately addressed and established, let's shift this energy around. Good grief. Subtlety. Yeah, exactly. Subtlety. Oh, let me show you this. Subtlety. Oh, the fairy. I told you. Hello, sunflowers, the fairy energy. She's a fairy. She was a fairy. Cute. Okay, so there's that. And then I told you, karmic's going to die. Death caps, endings. As the light workers align to a much higher frequency and reach up towards the sky, turn your face towards the sun and let the shadows fall behind you. Rarity. Yeah, you can't compete where you never compared, karmics. Told you. Tried to isolate the light worker. Well, guess what? You can't copy me. You can't compete with me. You could never handle what I've been through. What I've been through is what makes me on levels who I am. It's the capacity that I have to move through things that you don't. You choose to put people through shit that you couldn't handle. It's why you're a weak bitch and you seek to copy me. You look up to me. It's because you're beneath me. That's why you keep trying to take me out at the knees. Fucking punk. Heard. 8522, restore. But there's healing happening here. And that's why they're trying to target. They want to disturb the peace. I made a post about this on the community board. So we're going to shift this energy around and we're going to starve them out. Move back into a space of love with divine masculine. But it did require a defense, didn't it, here? Yep. They thought they were slick. Ganging up in numbers. Nope. Now the light workers are elevating together. I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. Well, I have... Come here, my lovey. You want to come out here? I don't want you to be stuck in here all by yourself. You need to hurt your little toe. Are we good now? Are we good? Thank you. Sometimes mommy just needs a little bit of breathing room. Thank you. But we're done dealing with people disrespecting boundaries. I don't care who you are. Hi, baby. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get your little toes. I'm sorry. Oh, by the way, that wasn't the issue. That was the final straw. The whole thing with him getting into the salad 15 and a half times. And then everything else. No. Down. Off the counter. I love you, but no. Like I said. Journey. Hi. You want my love? You can have all the love you want. I do need my hands, but... Oh, let me pause for a second, okay? If I could find that Hannah and that Sancho that she'd found, well, I'd pop a cap in Sancho and I'd slap her down. Well, I really wanna know my baby, oh, well, I really wanna say. And if you see that Sanchito, well, he better run and hide, 'cause daddy's got a new 45. And I won't think twice to stick that barrel straight down Sancho's throat. Believe me when I say that I've got something for his punk ass. High honor. They can try to gossip all they want. They did. But people do not see them as good people. They see them as the fucking assholes that they are. It's about damn time. It's about damn time. Wait a minute. Not anymore. Speed it up. You need to slow your roll, karmics, but we're moving forward. Without you. You feel that energy shifting? It doesn't surprise me. I bet they're doing. I hear they are. They're already trying to pull on the new moon energy. You're stupid. I'm a high priestess. I bleed with the moon and I work with the moon, and so you're trying to send my own energy against me. Guess what? It's not working. It's hurting you, isn't it? How's that backfire taste? A whole lot like my toes in your mouth. Huh? Fucking ass. Introspection. Yeah, well. Define. Growth, destruction cycles. Yeah, we're moving on and they can't come. They can't. Anything else? Isolation. So they're being trapped off now because that's what they tried to do for others. Also, I'm a fucking Virgo. Okay? You think that bothers me? I'm both. I'm an ambivert. I'm an introvert, but I'm also an extrovert. Fuck you. You can't handle my life. You could never be me. pathetic endings. That's why you're done. And frankly, some of you are dead. Not because I wish so, because that's what God says is coming for you, and you're in trouble for trying to shoot the messenger. And I'm just telling you the death prophecy as the messenger. Here it is. I'm not wishing it. That's not what I'm saying is going to come, because no, that's what's on your plate. And it just is what it is. You saw it come out in the cards too. It's not just based on what I said. It's because that's the fact. End of discussion. So there's that. You should have left her alone. Oh yeah, a long fucking time ago. Thank you. Okay. Hi, baby. I love you. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad about stepping on your little toes. I didn't mean to do that. Speaking of, because that's exactly what happened, wasn't it? Little toe stepping. Very symbolic. I'm not upset with him. I just needed a second to breathe. I'm upset with these karmics that he got underfoot. Divine Masculine says, I don't blame you for just needing a second to breathe. You constantly have people trying to grab at you and not having any fucking self-control or boundaries. Yeah, I have for years. So I'm ready to just pop some people. Thank you. Sorry about the noise. I remembered about the volume after I said it, but good fucking grief. I've had enough. Thanks. Bad health. See, there's healing happening here for the light workers. Unexpected income. Told you. The coins. I saw the coins. Ganesha came out. We'll do some more Reiki in a minute to clear this energy. There was a huge karmic attack, though. The energy shifted fast. Did you feel that? Did you pick that up? Journey. Because they don't want people to move forward. They're upset that the light workers are high on her, and so they're trying to block their movement forward and progress by weighing them down with the bullshit again, including just energetically and requiring me to call things out like this. So there's that. No, you stupid bitch. I'm going to go to Distant Horizons, sleep shortly after this, and I've got Archangel Michael and the Holy Team and protection, so I'm good. But you, sir, are done. Yeah, main mail in reverse. Karmic mail, I told you. As I split the deck. What's on the... What's behind... Ooh, who tried to dodge fucking court cases by what? Lying? By trying to target a divine feminine, trapping her in a spot. She just, what, to sit there and look out the window? No, you fucking ass. You're done. You're going to jail. Karmic couple. It's a karmic couple going to jail. And he's can't block... The divine masculine and feminine are still coming together regardless. Divine Masculine says, I'm so proud of you, Heard. Ooh, told you. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah. He says, I'm either coming to you or you're coming to me, but you're not staying there, and those people aren't staying around you. And anybody who was kidnapping children is finished. Kids are going home to their true parents and custodians, where they didn't belong to be taken out of the space in the first place. More specifically, where they deserved to stay, to be able to stay safely and contently. You know what my doctor and I talked about today? One of the things of how some of these people tried to claim that my child had oppositional defiance disorder because she would not submit to their abuse. But do you know why? Because when I had an inkling that people were going to try to hold her hostage or kidnap her and cause problems, I taught her very distinctly things that most kids do not get comprehension of until they're older, like mental, emotional, and physical boundaries. That nobody had the right to touch her or hurt her or make her feel some kind of way. And if they tried, then she had every right to assert her boundaries and say no. And if they still tried, she had every right to assert her boundaries harder, and that she should always tell me if anybody tried to hurt her, and she had every right to try to defend herself if they tried. I told her that she would never be in trouble for telling me what was up and the truth. And that I couldn't help her or protect her unless I knew what was going on. And she was right. And I was right. She came to me the second there was an issue because she knew that I would help her and she trusted me. But that's when these people tried to smear campaigns because they didn't want to go to prison for pedophilia. What's up, JD Delay? I've got some predators for you to catch. I'll help. I've got the evidence to lock them up for a long time. I spoke to somebody in Utah a couple of hours ago, and they were floored to hear that this is the one state in the whole United States that does not provide civil attorneys for people that are in harm's way and need them. Barbaric. Like her jaw dropped. 9622. Alrighty. So there's that. Oh, as far as the card coming out earlier, like things falling through for you unexpectedly, that's not because of spell work. That's because of slander and defamation and intentional sabotage. All right, that's malice. That's illegal behavior, not spell work. They're stupid. But these are people who will do like justice system magic over the court and then lie in court and say, oh, my spell work worked. I'm like, no, bitch, you lied to a judge. That's perjury. That happens in many cases where spell work is non-existent. So no, you gaslighted yourself into thinking it's spell work when it's just your criminal behavior and the consequences of your own actions. All right. Stupid. They're so stupid of them. They're dumb. And obviously delusional and very, very unintelligent, very short, very dim-witted. Like, you have to be very small-brained to think or believe that. And pretty incompetent and selfish too, to boot. So I saw the coins earlier. And it was a community, a big corrupt community that worked together. I told you, it's organized crime. They're all going down together. Bye. And they all ganged up again together because they thought that they could gang up and all avoid penalties by taking out the light worker. Now they're all going down even harder for more trouble that they're in because instead of backing the fuck off, they tried to up the ante and double down on their bullshit and abuse. And guess what? You're getting extra criminal charges for that. Okay. Cool. 9822. I don't understand how you can just be so nonchalant about it. Boy, you hear me get real stern, right? Because I'm sick of their bullshit. But the reason I say, yeah, okay, cool, okay, and I can chill back down is because while the situation itself might be very disturbing and upsetting, I know the outcome of it, so it's not hard to alchemize it and calibrate back down, right? Yeah, their abuse is angering, but I know what's going to happen, and they're in huge trouble. So it's just a matter of time, and I really don't have anything to worry about. Neither do you. Concern. They are sweating, though. Told you. Yeah, they're sweating because they know that they are going to either somebody that with resources is going to help or somebody's has resources to help. The top hat just jumped out at me. Posted a top hat earlier, emoji in the community board. Or this is somebody who tried to make material gains by causing someone else financial loss. Karmic male, I'd say. Yeah, and I just got this pang of dizzy in my head. That's a karmic attack. Yeah, they're doing power of 3 spells. That's not a power of 3. They're sending crown chakra attacks. Now, they're upset at the whistleblowing that I'm doing. And they're sending power of 3 attacks. Or they think that they're protecting themselves. They feel like they need protection from me because I'm scaring them. The truth that I'm speaking in the tone of my voice, which is justified. Hello, it's called righteous indignation. Martin Luther King had it over racism. Martin Luther King Jr. at that. They think that I'm evil or I'm dangerous or I'm scary because I'm telling them the cold hard truth with a stern tone of how much trouble they're in for the very abusive behaviors that they as so-called adults chose to commit. So there are adult consequences for that. They wanted to play big dogs, right? I'm a big stepper. Underground methods. 10 toes in when I'm standing on business. Bit like my toes in your teeth, eh? Yeah, and so courthouse, they were trying to dodge criminal accountability. But the problem with this is they're claiming that they're doing protection spells, but they don't need protection from me. They think that they need, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to be in trouble for what MGM is speaking about what I did. Yeah, you are, but that doesn't mean you need protection from me. I'm just telling the truth about how we need protection from you. You feel like you need protection from the consequences of your actions that are being exposed by the whistleblowing, but the whistleblowing is outlining how we needed protection from you, and that's why you're in trouble. Okay? So that's that. Secondarily, I posted about this earlier in the community board. I picked this up. Power of 3 spells. It's just like they're copying Charmed or something from the Hallowell sisters from the Charmed series. They're stupid. And power of 3 will set us free. No, the fuck it won't. Because they're calling on the Trinity. And they don't resonate with the Trinity. They think they do. They're trying to. The Trinity doesn't fuck with them because they don't fuck with the Trinity. They're oppositional to the Trinity. They're enemies of spirit. Okay? So they're calling on the power of 3, which is God, the universe, to set them free or protect them from the consequences of their actions. But who the fuck do you think is giving them their karma? And who do you think told me what was up? You see, we are on the same page. The universe and I, the karmics, are not. Trinity and I are one. You see my logo in the corner of the screen that you're watching right now? Or in any of my video replays? That little triangle symbol, that's the Trinity symbol. There's a reason I have that there. Okay? They know not the first thing. 10222. If they did, they wouldn't be trying to fuck with that. But they have been, so I know they don't. Stupid. Come here, babe. What do you need? What do you need? My little Velcro. Come here. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad about your little toes. Come here. What do you need? But you gotta know that sleeping at the bottom of my feet while I'm jumping around on the floor is not the best spot for you. Especially when you sneak up behind me in the dark and you're blend in with darkness. Okay, I love you so much. I'm so sorry. We gotta work as a team, okay? You gotta either let me know that you're there or give me my space while I'm working, okay? Does that sound like a good idea? That's all. I just don't want to hurt you. But sometimes I need a minute to breathe and yell at these karmics. Get them out of here, right? I love you. I love you. I know. Okay, I need to get up off the floor though, and I'm gonna come cuddle with you in just a minute, alright? But, and now that I know you're here, you can stay. Team meeting. He's purring, we're good. Boundaries and communication. Whoops. That was not supposed to happen. That was. Coffin. Told you, these karmics are going to die. That just flew out of the deck. Because they wouldn't leave people alone. They wouldn't let situations end, so now they're going to be ended. That's what God says. People tried to be shitty in family court, also civil court, told you. And so there's somebody more responsible coming up. Or they tried to pretend like they were responsible when they're not. There's somebody responsible coming up, mature man. This could just, doesn't have to be age. This could just be frequency level to end this despair. End of a cycle. Yeah. And so the karmic couple or the people in this group of karmics, they're sweating. They can't stop thinking about divine feminine and what they did. These karmics are spooked. I'm picking it up. for a couple of reasons. No, stop that right now. Yeah, this is what I was just picking up. I've never seen her get so stern and so angry and then be able to just calm down so quickly. They're sweating because I'm not concerned, because I know what's happening to them. Now, is it angering what they're doing? Righteous indignation? Yeah. But I also know what is about to happen to them, and it's not good. For these karmic females who chose to be involved in this shit. And karmic couples, people who lacked any kind of love or empathy and chose to be nasty little demonic Jezebels instead, and Judases. Yeah, to try to dodge accountability. I'm done with this deck, I think. Is there anything else you want to say before I put this away? Great fortune. Coffin. So we get blessings, they get death. Or they get death for trying to snatch people's blessings. The end of that situation, if it's not physical death for some, it's situational death. Like they're going to jail for what they've done, so their little reign of terror is over. That's a deaded situation now. 11:11, and you don't have to be dead to be dead to me. I have funerals in my head all the time for people who are still alive and breathing. Next. That's me. No, it's not. Get out of my life. You lost your spot. You shouldn't be an asshole. Or you were an asshole, so you weren't entitled to a spot in the first place. Yeah, I told you. I didn't want to go to prison, but that's where they're headed. Jail or the ground. For some, it's both. For some of them, they're going to jail, and then they're going to have their asses beat for being pedophiles, because they're not very fond of those in there. Or woman beaters. They're not very fond of those. Oh, what just popped out? Yeah, child abusers, pedophiles. Told you they don't like those in there. So they're going to end up in jail, and then they're going to have the shit kicked out of them by inmates who do not like pedophiles. In fact, people get street cred in jail for killing pedophiles, for killing or beating up woman beaters. It gives you... They don't like those in there. The Bloods and the Crips have been known to put their gang violence on hold if there's a pedophile that comes in on the block. The Bloods and the Crips, who are known rivals and enemies, like Tupac and Biggie, were on oppositional. That was the thought process, right? Behind it, they called it gang wars, although I think it was more than that. I think it had a lot to do with Diddy and his bullshit there. Main female. Did you know Tupac was a Gemini, too? Keep Your Head Up. Recommend that song. He's talking about these karmic males. Otherwise, we'll raise men that hate the ladies, that make the babies. We need to, why are we trying to kill our women and steal from our women? We need to heal our women. Yeah, protect them. Thank you. Great fortune, like a real divine masculine would. That's why these karmics can't compete, where they don't compare. You can literally try to steal Del Rey's clothes all you want, but you will never be a divine masculine. True story, bro. Because a karmic who tried to convince me that they were a person, a good person, all the little quirks about this karmic male that I gave a chance were not that person's character. They were putting a mask of my husband on before I'd even met Del Rey. Because they'd been friends. They went their separate ways because Del Rey didn't want to deal with his bullshit either. 10922 before I met them. So I met the karmic first. But the karmic, anything I liked about the karmic wasn't him. He was copying Del Rey. My favorite pajama pants that I used to borrow, those weren't his, those were Del Rey's. All the little quirks and things, no, copying Del Rey. When the mask would slip and he'd be a horrible person, I'd think, well, maybe he just needs to learn and grow. I've seen him be this nice person. No, that was the mask he was wearing. He was trying to wear Del Rey's skin. The asshole behind it was who he really was. You hear that throat chakra jump? They don't like the truth about this. Okay? This is somebody who's racist. Del Rey is mulatto. He was a quarter black. He was French and also black. And he liked Drake music. And so this white racist karmic male would go around copying him on that too. But the second Del Rey stood up for me, all of a sudden this white racist karmic male was calling Drake music, I'm going to racially use a derogatory term here, heads up, trigger warning. He called it nigger music. Not because suddenly he didn't like the Drake music, but because he was only pretending to like Drake because Del Rey actually did genuinely like the music. The fuck? Disgusting. Straight up narcissistic doppelganging, plagiarizing, mirroring. I'm like, no. Try to look alike all you want. You could try to personality snatch all you want, but you're still a bum bitch on the inside. And guess what? It always shows eventually. Always. And I can see right through that shit. All the way from here. That's why I'm not bothered. Because I know what's about to happen to them. They wanted to make people broke. They're about to be broke. They wanted to cause people to be hurt. Well, guess what's happening to them? They wanted people to die. Well, Uno reverse. Okay. And it's happening quickly, not on the distant horizons. Stat. Expect it. Because I see it coming. Oh, and they're scared because they've seen me pick up all that other death prophecy the last couple of days, and they've seen me prophesy Del Rey's death. And now they're scared because they know I'm not lying about theirs either. Yeah. Because people see that they're fake and cruel. I'm being called to drop the mic right there. Please remember to pray. Do no harm. Take no crap, and I will catch you on the next one. I need to go recalibrate a little bit and do some yoga after all of that. Good Lord, that was a lot. But I may be back on later tonight. I don't know if I will. I definitely will be back on sooner than later, and what I will do is come back with some energy therapy to clear more of it out. In the meantime, please remember to pray. Do no harm, but take absolutely zero crap. And I'll catch you on the next one. Sending love and blessings. Namaste.